Record on this computer. There we go. We are live. Linda Rubio's joining us in the building as well. It is 10:32, and today we are talking about a home sellers seminar. Now, I'm not sure if you've actually ever seen one. I know that we do the first-time home buyer seminars that we see out there, and those were a little bit popular. I was actually trying to put a couple of those on I had a couple, actually two on my calendar for this year until COVID showed up, and then boom, everything was gone. But home sellers, we're looking at a market right now that is just, there's nothing out there. Listings are like gone. We had a listing come on the market 2 days ago for a client of mine, and we didn't get a chance to look at it on the market 2 days, $30,000 over asking price. This is 55 and over in Menifee, like gone. Not even a chance to take a peek at it. It was, I called, like, we want, nope, sorry, 30,000 over, we're done, we're opening escrow. Seriously? That's what the market is doing. So it is very important for you and I to go out there and start educating sellers of what's going on in the marketplace so we can grab those listings. So I think today's content is pertinent, especially for all of us who are on the Go Out and List Challenge, of how we can go about generating listings. Are we knocking on doors? No. So if we're not knocking on doors, are we cold calling? I dare to say we're probably not. So how are we going to generate listings? How are we going to get in front of people, right? I don't know. Well, I'm going to tell you how we're going to do it is we're going to provide value through something that we're doing right now via Zoom. So we're going to talk about a home seller seminar. And what I've done is I've kind of broken this down into a 4-step process, and then I went back and then we recreated it again because you were on the Jared James call yesterday, you guys, and he had a plethora of information there helping us out. And I actually wasn't able to see the whole thing, but I watched another video that he put out the day prior to that, and there's so many like economists out there that are saying what you should or shouldn't do. We are the professionals in the real estate industry. So we should be the ones that are coming out to the public and saying, this is what's going on. This is how we can help you to be successful in these times that we're living in today. So the home sellers seminar is where it's at. The way that you want to structure this, so just kind of start building a box here. Start taking notes. If you're building a box, right? First thing foremost is you got to be a way to reach them. The way that you're going to reach them now is only two ways, really. You're either going to do a video and they're going to watch it, or you're going to conduct a live seminar, something like this, which you can even record and then later reproduce or share again. All right. So right now, I'm going to tell you right now, you may not want to hear this part. You've got to get in front of people and not be afraid of how you look or how you sound. All right. You just got to go after it because you can do it. And if no one else is doing it, you have no competition. How many of us out there have actually heard of a home sellers seminar that's going on in the community where someone's saying, hey, sellers, let me tell you how to get your home sold during COVID? Who's heard of one that's going on right now? Those are crickets. I don't hear anything, right? So because there's no one out there doing it. So let's Okay. I don't know what just happened. My computer just did its own thing, but I'm here, but I'm back. All right. So the first template that I drew up as you're taking these notes, all right? So you've got to help your client. First and foremost, they've got to set their home up. What does it look like setting up their home for sale? So we're gonna walk through that. We're going to talk about marketing their home. Point number 2 is marketing their home in a climate that we're living in right now. And then number 3 is closing on that home in this market that we're living in. Of course, at the end of your seminar, you're going to have a question and answer session where they can spit out. Don't take the questions in the beginning. Be able to share the information because a lot of those questions that may come in, you'll have an answer for them as you share your presentation, and so that way it doesn't deviate you or you lose track of focus of where you're going. So that's kind of the setup that you want to have when you start. All right, let's get back to my notes. So setting up their home. Right now, something that I want to touch on first and foremost is safety. All right, so we want to make sure that we're informing the consumer of what we as realtors are doing. Thank you, Felipe. Stop hiding behind your names, guys. Right on. I want to see your faces. You want to be able to share with them what we are doing to protect them and their families during these times. So you let them know that we've got, these PEDS that we're getting signed, letting them know that we're screening people that they haven't been in contact or affected with COVID within the last 14 days. That's going out there. When you talk about setting up their home, again, you guys got to take notes because I haven't put this all down yet. I'm going to put this together but I've got more content that I'm still going to bring together. There's so much. Safety. All right, so there's signage that we have here at the office, and you want to make sure that signage is on the front so that they see that you are letting people know that they've got to have a face covering on when they come to their home. All right, that they've got to use the hand sanitizer. So provide the hand sanitizer for them. Provide the mask. If you've been out showing homes, you may have seen a lot of these homes now have masks that are there that are available if you don't have one. They've got hand sanitizers that are available right there. We've got them in the office, so you can always go out and put them there. And then, of course, the signage that goes on the front of the property, letting people know when they come in, they need to have this. Everybody's got a different concern about COVID, so we have to take the extreme side and protect our clients. All right, so that's the first thing is going to be safety when you're talking to your clients about how you're going to help them sell their home in this market. First and foremost is safety. All right, when we're talking about setting up the home again, so how is it going to work now with them in that home? Are they going to have it staged? Are they going to have it vacant, or is it going to be furnished? All right, this is a conversation that we would have. Now, some of the things that we're talking about today were actually pieces that we use in our listing presentation. So basically what we're doing is we're taking pieces of our listing presentation and we're bringing it into a seminar as opposed to talking to one person. Now I'm talking to a room full of people. All right, does that make sense? Oh, mercy. Ellen's got a great point, but I don't have my chat box open. Hang on a second. What she said. Ellen says, some listing agents state in the MLS for buyers to provide their own masks and hand sanitizers. Absolutely. And if they don't, they will be taking your stuff. So be careful. I've heard agents tell me, yeah, go by there was hand sanitizers all gone, and so on and so forth, because agents are grabbing stuff up, man. It's terrible out there. But make sure you're providing it for your clients. All right. So talking with them about, again, how that home is going to be set up. The staged home, no one's living there. All right. The vacant home, no one's living there. But the furnished home, this is where you want to talk about how that home looks, how it's going to be showcased, right? So we have to bring in someone to help us do that. If you don't already have one, we've got people we can refer you to in regards to getting that home set up. This is the thing. The home has to show in its absolute best light than ever before, because now we're not getting the traffic through that we got before. So people are relying so much more on what they see online. And so if the image that they see online is not enticing, they're never even going to think about coming over to preview that property, right? So we've got to do we have to go above and beyond at this point for showcasing that home. So that's the thing as far as safety and setting up the home. That's the first things that we really need to dive into in regards to getting that home ready to put it on the market. All right? Now, let's talk about number 2, which is marketing that home. So what are we doing now to market someone's home? Are we doing the traditional flyers in a box outside, right? Open houses? We don't do that stuff anymore, guys. It's COVID season, right? So first and foremost, this is some basic stuff that you're going to talk about in this seminar. Professional photos. You got to have those done. No cell phones of any kind. Not allowed. It's like not allowed. You cannot do it. You work with Century 21 Preferred. We're the best of the best. So no cell phone pictures. I just heard that it was like $125 that Sully just got his shot for professional photography, as many shots as he wanted. So it's not even. It's totally affordable. All right. 3D home tours. 3D home tours are a must now. We got to spend the extra money and have that Matterport done. Why? Because it allows the consumer to see the home from the outside. So there's 2 things that you're doing here when you do the 3D home tour. You're protecting your client from people who aren't interested in their home from coming into it and just, looky-loos. And at the same time, you're providing a great buyer's experience for those who are interested in the home to be able to actually walk through that home. So these are things that we have to, right? We can't, go ahead, Felipe.
Yeah, I was just going to remind everybody, Chris Holden put out an email not too long ago, and some of the agents are using the photographer that automatically gives you the Matterport style video. And Paul Wilkinson put on Facebook, there's a free version on an app that you can use on your phone to do a Matterport style video too. So just there's resources available, guys. Let's try to look and utilize them. But David is absolutely 100% correct. You know, we have to use professional photography, and you want to have some sort of a walkthrough video, whether that's going to be Matterport or even if it's the free version, just something that you can use on every single transaction. So I just wanted to share.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Felipe. The next, oh, Chris, hand up. Go ahead.
The other thing is, if you download the Zillow app, they have like basically you just take your phone and you do a panorama 360 version, and you can upload it to your listing on Zillow. So that helps out too. It's free. We're giving them the data of the house, but hey, I mean, if it helps you sell the house, then I guess it's worth it.
And a really cool thing about that as well is that pushes your home up in the list of homes that are how they're shown on Zillow. If you've got the 360 or you've got that video, it bumps it up above the homes that don't have that. So when consumers are out there looking, your home is showcased first before those that don't have it. So a key piece to remember there as well. So let's talk about open houses a little bit, because this is something that we do to typically market our home. It's how we also try to get buyers, right? Well, a virtual open house is the way that we're doing it now. So that's you going to the home, and you can still slot out maybe an hour of time. It's actually a little bit easier for you, if you believe it or not, because you don't have to be there for 3 hours or 4 hours in the afternoon, whatever the case may be. You can go for an hour and you can be there, and then that way people can reach out to you via the social platform or however it is that you're showcasing that property through the virtual open house. So I encourage you, when you take those listings, because I know we got the listing challenge going on and you guys are taking them, to set up a time to have that initial virtual open house, all right, to pull that traffic. That's going to benefit the seller, but it's also going to benefit you as the seller's agent for buyers that can be out there looking around for contact, because we know that we can garner buyers through the through those open houses in the past. So same thing can take place again. All right, so think about that. Now, as we continue moving forward, again, we're talking about marketing and showcasing their home. There's some things that I've pulled from my listing presentation that I want to share with you that we also need to explain in this seminar as regards to marketing someone's home. Because again, we're looking to inform the community, right? The consumers that are out there. What do we as agents do to showcase, to market your home, to get you buyers? And so another piece that you want to talk about is the MLS. You want to let them know what the MLS, people actually don't know what the MLS is. Before I became an agent, I'd never even heard the word MLS, right? So informing them what the MLS does, how you use it, and how it syndicates out to what all of these other 800 plus websites are seeing. Another point that you can bring into your seminar, all right? You want to talk about we at Century 21 have custom websites as well that they're going to be produced for each of their homes. We've got the sign out front. This is a critical thing. Yes, absolutely. We want people to know that we're not hiding in the shadows. We definitely want people to know homes are for sale, right? Our Century 21 global website as well, letting people know that that's also, we don't know where buyers are coming from, so we're making sure we don't leave any stone unturned. Another key piece that you want to talk about as far as qualifying it is vetting those buyers. Now, I'm in escrow with one right now. I dare to say, I think we're 60 days in. Buyers lenders just turned out to be a nightmare. You know what? I'm okay to say this. Okay, I'm okay to say this because we're all learning. We all make mistakes. I did not vet the buyer's lender. All right, I didn't vet them. I looked at it. It looked like it was right, and haven't had any problems in the past recently. And I didn't do my due diligence in vetting them. And now we're in escrow 60 days. Everybody's going to be okay. We're going to close. But if I had done a little, and maybe if I had vetted them, it still would have been a problem. I don't know. But however, you want to cross-qualify all buyers right now, all of them, and you're letting your clients know that you're why? Because lending is changing as I'm speaking right now. Lending regulations are changing, and we want to make sure that we don't get someone in escrow who can't close. It's a waste of everybody's time, right? We got to start this whole process over. So make sure you're cross-qualifying your buyers that are coming in. All right. The other thing that you want to let them know about is a couple other pieces that we do to showcase these homes is the custom commercial. Now, I know we're a little shy of videos, but this is a great opportunity for you to showcase your professionalism and to go above and beyond what other agents are doing. And so you can share this in your seminar. You'll give a little snippet of what that looks like for your consumer. Remember, Century 21 actually makes a video for you. I don't know if you remember that. It's on the website that's created that is shareable. So even if you're afraid of getting in the camera, which you shouldn't be because you're a real estate agent and you're a personal person and you want to be talking to people face to face, you can hide behind that one, so to speak, if you wanted to, because that is produced on the website that's created from Century 21 of that property. All right. The other thing you want to talk about is keeping them informed. What's going on? The golden ruler is another key piece that we have at Century 21, where we're letting them know who's looking at their home and from where. And that they're going to get email updates that Zillow's bringing in the leads, your website's bringing in the leads, the MLS is bringing in the leads. They'll be able to have that information. People want to be informed, right? And they want to know that the information that they're getting is accurate and correct, and you're going to be that resource there. All right? We talked about a home stager, and I'll bring it back again, but just notating that even though the homes are flying off the shelves, the homes that are flying off the shelves are the homes that are properly priced, properly put together on the market. There are some homes that are still stagnant on the market. If you go and you look at some of those, there's no picture, right? The pictures that they're taken with someone's cell phone. The home is not laid out in a way that's enticing for someone to come take a look at it, all right? So those agents are doing a huge injustice to their clients, all right? So the home stager is a great investment for us to make as far as setting that whole thing up, all right? Talk about a CMA and what that is and the difference, next bullet point I want to bring up, talk about a CMA and the difference that that has between an appraisal, because a CMA is not an appraisal. Because they're going to ask you, how did you come to this price? And this is something else that I'm going to get into here shortly, as far as like, how do you price this home? Because the consumer is looking at Zestimate, right? You're doing your comparative market, your CMA, and then the appraiser is coming to their price. And which one is it going to be? And explaining that difference to your client. We're going to touch a little bit more about that in the future, in today's call. Next thing is reverse prospecting. Bring to their attention of how the multiple listing service works to let them know that I see who loves your home and I see who their agents are, and so I can reach out to them and let them know that if they haven't already previewed the home or want more information about it, I can reach out to them that way as well. Reverse prospecting is wonderful, and most agents probably don't take advantage of that. So I want to make sure that you guys know about that. Again, I hope you're taking notes, because I've just got this stuff like, I'm still building this, all right? Because I'm just going to pause right here. I'm challenging all of you. We got this Go List Friends. I challenge you as well to build a home sellers seminar. I challenge you to put that together. Imagine this real quick. So let's just pause for a minute. Imagine this, that you spend $20 on Facebook, right? And you create an ad that says there's going to be a home sellers seminar for COVID-19. Like, you haven't seen that out there. So you'll be the first one. Imagine the hits that you're going to get when you say, join this free Zoom call at this time, and we're going to spend 45 minutes, an hour, and we're going to tell you everything that you need to know that's taking place in our market here and how we can help you get your home sold and answer any questions as a real estate professional. That's not out there. So we're going to do something no one else is doing. So we're like, oh my goodness, boom. And then what is that going to give you? Contacts. So if you want to win the listing challenge, I challenge you to have a seminar. All right, I'm just throwing that out there. All right, I'm just throwing it out there. All right, for those of you who are on my team, you know what I'm saying? I just gave away some really great gem right now. All right, I gave a great gem. All right, so hopefully you guys are going to plan to get this thing done. You see, I'm fired up. Like, I'm normally excited, but not like today, because as I was just talking about this and as I was doing some research on it, I was like, this is a great idea, I believe. A great idea, because I haven't seen it. And something that's new that no one else is doing, boom. Why is iPhone the most popular phone? This is the first one, right? You'll be the most popular agent because you'll be the first one doing it. Just saying. I'm just saying. All right, be the first. All right, so we're going to challenge to who's going to get there first, because I'm going to be working. Don't you worry. This weekend. We're going to put it together. All right, moving forward. Let them know how you're going to keep their home protected with the super key as well. That's another piece that you want to talk about as far as protection for them. talk about the home warranties that are offered to the buyers that are out there, as well as protecting them as sellers as well. All of these things you want to talk about in regards to getting their home sold. So that's in regards to the whole marketing piece. All right, the whole marketing piece. Now I want to go back to pricing a home, because this is a critical piece right now in regards to those who are looking at their home and how much can I get for it right now. See, most people look at their home and they have all the memories that are built in there. You know, they raise their children there. You know, they put in that patio in the back and they carve their names in the concrete when they put it in 2008. And it's so it has so much sentimental attachment, right? That's what we would call a home. They're not selling a home. They're selling a house. A house is a box with 4 walls and a roof. That's what they're selling. It's a piece of merchandise. And we have to be able to communicate that to the consumer of what we're not selling their memories. Someone else is coming to this house and they don't care that you put in that patio in 2008 and that, you know, that room upstairs, you painted it pink when you had your first daughter, right? They don't care. That matters not to them. It is a box with a roof, all right? So that's what we're selling. So because that is what we are selling, we have to look at other boxes with roofs and compare them that way. All right, that's just the way that we have to do it, because the consumer they're doing a couple things. First, they're looking at Zestimate, right? And seeing, this is my home says $550,000. Doesn't matter that my neighbor's home only sold for $400,000. Doesn't matter. And everyone believes, right? When the sign goes up and the neighbor's house sold for $475,000, you ask them, how much is your home worth? If your neighbor's home sold for $475,000 and yours is similar, how much is yours worth? What are they going to tell you? $500,000. Mine's worth more. Their house is always worth more than their neighbor's, right? Why is that and how is that? That's just the way that people think, right? But is that reality, right? So something that you can incorporate into your seminar is how, somebody has something to share? Did I miss something? No? Okay. Something that you can incorporate in your seminar is the difference between how the consumer prices their home and how a professional prices a home. A professional prices a home based on a couple things. First and foremost is going to be square footage. So we want to talk about square footage and how we go up 20% and down 20%, much the same as that of an appraiser. All right? We talk about location. Does your home back up to the freeway? That's a detriment in most times for selling a home. Are there power lines that are in the community, right? Or does your home back up to a green belt? Is your home at the end of a cul-de-sac? These are things that we are looking at as far as valuation for property. Even a pool, believe it or not, a kidney-shaped pool is less desirable than a rectangular pool. That's just the mentality people have. And knowing these things as a professional, when you go in to have that conversation, you can explain that. All right? And that's the purpose of the seminar, is informing them of how the consumer looks at their home. All right? Any questions? I mean, I know I'm just kind of like just going off over here. Any questions, anything we've covered so far? Any thoughts, any comments? All right, let's keep it moving. Some other pieces that you want to do is because people need information. All right, people need information. And so when we're talking about getting their homes sold, right? Listen, what is our marketplace doing? So in this seminar, all right, you want to showcase what's taking place in our market. You can break that down into various ways, because again, if you take this and you post it onto, say, for instance, like a Facebook an ad, you could get, you know, sellers from Riverside County, San Diego County, Orange County, LA County, San Bernardino County, depending on where you push it. So just make that determination in your mind of where am I going to go when I put, rather what is my target audience for whoever it is that I'm going to be marketing to. Some things that you want to do is talking about, these are some key points here, write these down. days on market. You want to talk about days on market and what's taking place currently. Now, average days on market we're right around 35, 40, but they're continuing to go down. And you want to show that trend of days on market so that homes are not sitting around for 6 months, 3 months. Homes properly priced and marketed are selling in a week or less. That's just what's happening because there's no inventory. So then that's gonna immediately bring you into the next point of your seminar is the number of homes that are for sale or the inventory that's out there. Now we know that we were sitting on, for many years we've been saying we've got low inventory at 3.5 months worth of inventory. For as long as I've been in real estate, that's kind of been the norm, right? It goes up a little bit, down a little bit, but that's kind of been the norm. Now we're looking at a month and a half worth of inventory. Half of our inventory is gone, and we were low before. So being able to explain that to the consumer of this, there's nothing out there. So if you are looking to sell your home, now is the best time to do it. Because let's think about this right here. There's a little note that I wrote in. I wonder, where did I write it for you guys? Yeah. Selling your home is, I wrote this down. 1 second, let me read my notes. I thought I wrote it down. Maybe I didn't, but the thought is here. Here's the thought, all right? Valuations for a home is moment by moment. What does that mean? So right now, there's not that many homes for sale. So let's take, for instance, that I take my home and I list it on the market. I'm the only home on the street that's for sale. But then, today being Thursday, on Sunday, 6 other homes in my community go up for sale. What did that just do to my home's value? It quite possibly pushed it down because now there's more competition. So if I was listed at 489 and there's 3 model matches of those 6 that came up and all of them are priced under what my home is priced, whose home is going to sell first? Whose home is going to sit on the market and lament? Quite possibly my home. So letting your consumers know that while now is a great time to sell, we don't know what tomorrow brings. So if anything, you need to act when? You need to act now. Exactly. We don't need to wait around for that. Okay? Talk about data in regards to you sharing with your clients is comps, what you pull versus their Zestimates. Now I want to talk a little bit about Zestimates for you. This is some things that maybe you didn't know. A Zestimate is within 5% of the sales price 47% of the time. I don't know if you caught that. They're within 5% of the sales price 47% of the time. They're half the time they're wrong, and when they are right, they're still 5% off. So what is 5% of 400,000? 5% of 400,000. Somebody said, I don't know the number. I'm going to put it on my phone. Somebody tell me first. What's 5% of 400,000? I'm going to let somebody else get the information for me. Type it in the thing. 5% of 400,000. 5% of 400,000.
20K?
$20,000. Which home seller do you know is ready to leave $20,000 on the table? Even if I had $100 million in the bank, I still want my 20K, right? So we want to make sure that when you have this information and you're able to go back to the consumer and say, hey, I know that you've been thinking Zestimate was the way to go and he was going to help you. I went to my listing presentation I went to yesterday. Gentleman told me that Zestimate said it was worth 413. 413 was Zestimate said. Now we ran comps and there was nothing higher than 396 that sold. So in this case, Zestimate was way over, right? Almost $20,000 over what the value of his home realistically probably is. So what is that going to do for him sitting on the market? Even though we're sitting in a market now where there's low inventory, if you're overpriced, people are not going to overpay for a home. Make sense? So There you go. Case in point of how you don't want to rely on assessment and being able to explain that to the consumer. Another piece that you want to bring to your seminar is home sales by price. All right, let them see what's taking place in the community. So what you can do is you can break this up into different price points. Right? Say for instance, $350,000 and under. So you would have a graph on there, some information on there saying this is how many homes have sold within the last 3 months, $350,000 or under, and you can grab that same information in InfoSparks and look at it where it was a year ago, that same time frame, right? Then look at $400,000, then look at $500,000, then look at $750,000 and under, and then $1 million and under, then $1 million over. Break it down into these blocks so you can provide, again, content, information for the consumer to make informed decisions. Because this is the thing. The news media is just spewing out information. I mean, anything and everything. You had, what was it? It was, I think it was 2 guys on Shark Tank, I think is what Jared James was saying on the video that I watched. These guys on Shark Tank, they were saying that now is the worst time to buy a house. You shouldn't buy a house. Or if you, no, that's what he said. He said, now is the best time to lowball. Lowball. What lowball offer is getting accepted right now? Exactly, zero, Felipe. There's nothing out there that's getting accepted. Why? Because, like, take case in point, we got another listing out in San Jacinto. Cash buyer comes in. We're listed at $350. Cash buyer comes in and says, you know what? I'll offer $280. $280? What? Got another cash offer for $342, right? Then we got a full price offer. So that lowball offer, did it have any chance whatsoever of getting accepted? None at all. So the consumer, though, people go home and they turn on their TVs, right? They're scrolling through their phones or their iPads, right? Looking for information, wanting to know what's going on. You and I are the professionals. You and I have access to all the data that they don't have access to. So we know. So it's our responsibility actually right now to inform them. And when we inform them, boom, you reap the benefits. I mean, we reap the benefits. The other great thing to talk about at your seminar is going to be interest rates. Even though this is a seller's seminar, talking about interest rate to show them that buyers are out there looking because the opportunity is so great. I don't have a graph. You can pull it up. Maybe if you use the Fidelity app, is the one that I use, and you can look at home mortgage payment with a 3.5 interest rate versus a 3.9 interest rate. Right? And then you can show the difference. Like Jared James, he did one on the video that I watched, and I'm referencing it because I watched this video yesterday that he did, and it was $91 was the difference monthly. Now, $91 over the course of the year ended up being like, it was like $1,000, something like that, $1,100 or whatever the case may be, right? And then you multiply that over the course of 30 years. How much more are they paying for a home? Not only the case is it how much more are they paying for a home, also their buying power is adjusted because of that. When the interest rates go up, their buying power goes down. So now as the people are like, you know what? I really wanted that single story home there in Temecula, 4-bedroom, 2-bath. You know, we didn't qualify a year ago when interest rates were 4%. But now we got great credit and we qualified to buy that home, and because our interest rate now is 3.2, right? And nothing changed in their household. Interest rates just simply came down. Linda Rubio says, we know, but some people don't listen and think that they are the professionals. And that's a great point that you bring up, Linda, that people maybe are not listening, but listen to me this way. When you put together your seller's seminar and you come with data, the key is data, and we have access to all of that data. The data doesn't lie. We're not skewing this in any way. We're just gonna say, this is what's happening. And yes, I know that you heard that, you know, I don't know, whatever the economist is out there. I think her name was Susie Order, I think is the one. She said now is the worst time to buy a house. And that's the one that Jared James was talking about in the video that I watched. Now is a terrible time to buy a house, right? Well, she is a revered economist. She's an economist. She's not a real estate professional. So she needs to stay in her lane while we need to stay in our lane as real estate professionals, right? I am not a doctor. I don't get to recommend to you how you can treat COVID, right? That's the doctor's job to do. I am a real estate professional, and I can tell you what's taking place in our market and how you should move forward should you choose to sell or buy. Make sense? But again, I can't just say, I think. You know, I was sitting here with Michaela this morning, and she was going over her listing presentation with me. And the one thing I told her is whenever you're having a conversation with someone, first and foremost, it's your responsibility to do your research. Second off, whenever you're having the conversation, the words that should be coming out of your mouth is, as a professional, this is what I know. My professional opinion is, never using the words I think or I believe, because that creates doubt in someone's mind. You think that, but how do you know that, right? As a professional, I know. Make sense? Just changing it up that way, it just brings a different mindset to the person that is receiving that information. And make sure, though, that you have the data to back it up. Don't just say, as a real estate professional, I know that your home is going to sell for $550,000, and we're going to get it sold in 3 days. And we're going to get 6 offers, all over asking. No, you've got to have data to back that up, all right? Just don't go start spewing anything out there, because now you look like a fool when you put the home on the market and 30 days has gone by, and now you're talking about a price reduction. Make sense? All righty. Everyone is professional when it comes to real estate, Felipe says. They all think. It is so true. We have access to so much information. I mean, just so much information. It's crazy in the world that we live in today. Before, let's go back, 30 years in real estate, 40 years in real estate, right? They had the books, right? The consumer had no access to what was going on, but Zillow showed up, right? Realtor.com showed up, right? All of these websites showed up providing all of this information, right? But the consumer doesn't know how to differentiate that information, because those entities are working for an agenda that benefits themselves. They're not thinking about the consumer. I mean, think about a Zestimate. If you know, actually, Zestimates have went down since Zillow has become a home buyer. Why? Because Zillow is now looking at its bottom dollar, and if I bring all the Zestimates down, I can buy the home for less and make more money. Is Zillow interested in the consumer? Absolutely not. They're a publicly traded company. They have shareholders to satisfy. And so when you and I come with that information to the consumer, they're like, oh, don't worry. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm your friend. That's why I'm the professional. I go to work every day to make sure that I can provide for you that real information, that real data that you can take to the bank. Make sense? So
the best analogy too sorry.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say another analogy that we used to use all the time is going back to what David was saying is WebMD. Think of it in that profession. WebMD came out, and everybody goes on WebMD to find out, I have this symptom, I have that symptom, what's going on with this. But at the end of the day, they're still going to go to the doctor and go to the professional and get the actual advice that they need. In real estate, no matter how many resources are available online, they're going to need a realtor to filter out all this misinformation of, is the market hot? Is it cold? Is it good? Is it bad? So that's a perfect analogy. WebMD is just another analogy that we can use in our business.
Fantastic. Absolutely true indeed. They start on Zillow, but they end with you. All right? That's the way it should be. I want to share this with you because there's not any nugget of information that I have that I don't want to bring to you guys as well, because this is, I'm only halfway through this presentation. It's an hour-long sellers seminar presentation. This is done in 2018 up in, they're in the Maryland, Virginia area is the agents that are out there. And I want you guys to pull it up. All right. It's the Home Sellers Seminar, and the agent's name is Brad. And I can't even say his last name, so I'm gonna spell it for you. R-O-Z-A-N-S-K-Y. I know how you say that. R-O-Z-A-N-S-K-Y. SKY. He put this out on March 15th, 2018. I seen how he put together his presentation. I've only made it halfway through. It's an hour-long presentation. And that's where I got some of the nuggets that I'm sharing with you today as to how to set up this whole seminar, right? I believe that we can absolutely crush the competition with something like this. Imagine there's 100 plus agents in Century 21. Now, there's only 9 of us on the call right now, all right? But imagine if we were to put out this content, if we were to provide this seminar when no one else is doing it, all right? Imagine how that's gonna change your business, right? The perception that your friends, your relatives, your sphere of influence have on you as a real estate professional. Are you gonna get calls for referrals? Are you gonna get calls for questions? Absolutely, 100% guarantee it. You get calls when you just text somebody and say, hey, just want to see if you guys are thinking about buying or selling. And then you're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. They called me, they're thinking about buying. So imagine now when you provide the information that equips them to think, wow, you know what? Nara knows what she's talking about. I can rely on her to help me get my home sold. You know what? I'm not thinking about selling, but I saw this great seminar by Nara. I'm going to share it with my cousin who's thinking about selling their home, right? Or Claudia, or Ellen, or Linda, or Gabby, or Kim, or Chris, or anyone else that's on this call. So again, that's all that I have for today, guys. I mean, I know it's only been 45 minutes. We normally go for an hour, but it's probably enough already for you that if you've taken notes to, and this is the thing, see what happens in these trainings, and I've been in these trainings, and it happens to all of us. We got great information. Now, how do we apply it, right? Who's going to be the accountability person? So for those of you on teams for the Go List Challenge, you should be talking to your partners. This is the thing, don't overthink it. So it's like, oh man, I gotta do all of that. No, you don't have to do all of that. I wanna tell you, when you put together this seminar, don't think you gotta be the only person on the camera that's doing it. Call a lender. Get a lender to partner with you. They can share what's happening in the lending world. Call an appraiser. If you don't know one, call me. I got one I can give you. An appraiser who would love to be on it to tell the sellers what's going on in the market right now as far as appraisers is concerned. Call a title rep. Title reps are a wealth of information and they can join the call with you. So now you have, imagine this. So this is how you're branding this, you know. Home Sellers Seminar for COVID-19, hosted by Claudia Jorgensen, special guests, whoever your lender is from whatever lender, something, as well as whoever the appraiser is, as well as the title rep. So you've got their profile shots on there. It's blasted out on the social media. It's a crisp clean. We got a marketing team that can help you put all of that together, right? And then boom, just like that. It's like, oh my goodness. Now all the other agents in the valley are like trying to jump on your bandwagon. And the next thing you know, these other ones start popping up, right? Because that's what can happen when we create something as dynamic as what we're gonna do with the sellers seminar. There it is, Home Sellers Seminar. Any questions, any thoughts, something that maybe I missed that you think we need to add? CPAs love to talk about home seminars. Boom, there's Felipe with another one as well. Reach out to your sphere. Now again, we should have all these people in our pockets anyway because we work in real estate, so we should know good ones that we can trust, that we can bring on, that can bring relevant content to what's happening in our marketplace today to inform the consumers to go out and list. What do you think? What do you think, guys? Who's down? Who's gonna accept the challenge? We're throwing out another challenge, Felipe. Who's gonna accept the challenge to put together a home sellers seminar? Come on, raise your hand, do a little clappy something. Let me know. Come on, commit to it. I'm looking for commitments.
Oh, there you are.
I don't know what is happening over here, guys, but clearly this is such a powerful topic and it's gonna make such changes that the internet can't even hold on to it.
I was gonna say your energy, you just amped up. You need to reboot your computer.
Right? Man, so we were asking who was committed, who was gonna take on the challenge? Kim, Claudia, Nara, Linda, Ellen, Gabby, Chris. Who's gonna do it? Who's with me?
Yeah, we're all in.
We're gonna do this. I don't see no one else. I don't see nothing in the chat box.
Well, we can't see them.
I will. Yeah, you can also
There's
see
Claudia.
Sorry.
Working on it. Kim, Claudia, Nara says it. Linda, Ellen, Gabby, where you at? Come on now, wake up. Listen, guys, it's our responsibility here at Century 21 to provide you with all the tools to be successful. So I hope that you have found this to be an exceptional tool that you can put in place. If you need help with something, always, always remember to reach out. We adjust and move our schedules as we need to help you be successful. We are going to become the dominant force in the Valley at Century 21 Preferred. These are the stepping stones to get there as we implement all of these key pieces into our business. So I'm excited for what's going to happen. I'm writing down names. Let me get my pen. Who said they're going to do this? Accountability. Accountability. You're like, oh, dang, he did call me. I did say a week ago I was going to sign up and get something started. Yep. So Kim, boom, on there. Claudia, writing your name down. Nara, she said she was down. I know Ellen, she said Ellen is okay.
She said okay, but she's on the phone too.
All right, that's fine. They're setting listing appointments, so that's all right. As long as you're setting listing appointments, all right. And then Linda as well, so we'll put Linda on there as well. Gabby's the only one I didn't hear from. Gabby, look at her being quiet over there. I know Gabby's a go-getter. Ain't nothing, no question about that. I've seen the content that she provides. She's a marketing guru. Just a little, I remember she made that magazine. So we're going to just put Gabby on the list just like that because I know that she's going to do it. She just may be not able to respond right now. Of course, Chris said he's down as well. I'm here. It's going to happen. So, yeah.
And when you're saying we're referring to like a virtual, correct?
This is all through Zoom, guys. This is, I mean, that's the coolest thing. Remember, Zoom accounts, free. 45-minute videos are free. It doesn't cost you a dime. Now, if you want to, invest in your business, I'm just saying, maybe you want to invest in your business, $15 a month, videos for as long as 24 hours you can go, all right? So that's what I did. I invested in this myself. I do all kinds of Zoom meetings now, right? And it's great because now you can have these conversations. You can do buyer consultations, seller consultations, all via Zoom. So make the investment. Go ahead and knock that out. So I think this is a great opportunity. I really been praying, like, how can I continue to provide great content? And actually, this wasn't even my idea. This idea came about from our mastermind group when you all were together telling me, what did you want from us at Century 21? So we've done some research and we've got some information for you as we continue to develop this, or you've got questions, reach out. But let's get the challenge is going to be who's going to be the first one to do it. Now, I'm very competitive, as you know. All right. So, wow, you have energy, Gabby says. Gabby, I don't know why I'm so fired up about this, but I am. So, let's get it done. All right. So if there's no other questions, comments, Felipe, you got something?
So I was just gonna say tomorrow we'll get together, David, and we're gonna add up points for the first week. I was just telling Chris when your computer cut out. Denise Vasquez was just here this morning. She went in on the competition. She asked if you could just add her on a team, and we'll give her all the details later on. So just make sure to add her. I keep getting notifications from agents of ours that are doing their videos and getting them ready for social media. So there's Anne-Marie right there. Kim Buckingham had sent me hers when she did hers. Michaela, so keep doing the videos, guys. Content is king right now. So make sure that you're doing something and don't be afraid. You got to get out of the shyness. You just got to do it. So love the energy, David. It was awesome. If anybody wants, I have great ideas for a seller's, I have good ideas that you can use right now on how to do a Zoom call for sellers. So if you have if you want to get together and just talk about it, I can definitely help you guys with that as well. Who do we send our presentations to? Send them to David. If you send them to David, just at least that way he knows that you have it. And that's a couple points. And then if you present one, then you get another couple set of points. I forget if it was 10 or 15. So, but definitely send everything to David. We're going to reach out to everybody that's on the competition tomorrow, and we're going to tally up the points. So, just take the opportunity. And like I said, I'm here to help if you guys want. I have ideas for that seller's Zoom call. So I can share with you guys if you want to compete against David right there. Wait, whose team are you on?
What's that? I'm on Chris's team. It's me,
What?
Chris, and Michaela. We got a brand new agent from Michaela, so we mixed it up. And then
I want to be on a team, man.
What's that?
I want to be on a team.
Felipe, which team you want to be on?
It doesn't matter. Just
We are
don't
all
be
your
there.
team. We're all your team, all right?
I know, but
Love.
how do you guys get on a team together? That's like, man, the dynamic duo right there. All right, you guys. Well, if anybody needs anything, let me know.
Fantastic, guys. Again, this recording, it should be fine. Like I said, probably a little glitches in it. Will be shared on our YouTube channel and on the Facebook page as well later today. Again, reach out. You need anything at all. We're here to help you guys. Let's go out and list. All right?
Thanks, David.
See you guys.
See you guys.